We're going to start out another video on this Ford. I have a political message to YouTube in my next video. One thing I want to tell you folks about is your bed of your truck. Like he hauls a lot of landscape stuff. He has like a farm, hay and different things. There are drains up here in this bed. You see them down there in the corner? And there's a couple there. I think there's 2 or maybe 3 in the front. And when they're blocked and plugged with dirt, not to mention the bed is built, it's sort of a drain channel under this first box number that we're going to replace. See why we're removing this bed? Those are all gone underneath. And they're all different sizes just about, and widths, lengths, whatever you want to call it. But that's metal that just does not rust. Not like conventional metal. I can't say it'll get a tinge, but it won't rust. So we are forced to burn these the heads of the bolts, okay, to get this bed off, because there's no other way. I'm going to use this as kind of a spark arrestor. And then you see that? You see that? And that is one of those new turbo torches. I got that one online, and it looks a lot like the one from Harbor Freight, but it works one hell of a lot better than the one from Harbor Freight. See that? Those are at least a leather sneaker. Okay? Sometimes us OGs, as they say on the net, Putin and Mortsky, sometimes us OGs, we do things we're not supposed to do. I'm going to be burning I got to be behind the torch, and then I'm going to have a spark arrestor, which might return some to my Tootsies. So I have the hose over there. Hopefully I won't set myself on fire. But I've already set my socks on fire. I've already set my shirt on fire numerous times. I already had something that smelled like a spoiled hot dog burning, and I discovered that it was me and my sweatshirt on fire. And the orange menace is here. And you know, that freaking game warden, you're going to be in paw cuffs sooner than you think. He's leaving dead animals everywhere. This guy is just vicious. And he gets between me and customers. He gets very defensive of his... Yeah, you get very defensive of your daddy. But anyway, don't do some of those things. There are some do's and don'ts. I've been around torches. I've been around stock cars. I've been around aircraft all my life. Sometimes I'm surprised I managed to live as long as I have, especially after my crash up at Devil's Bowl. I went out over into the cheap seats upside down. Luckily, I was right near the ambulances where I crashed. But anyway, well, that's why I don't race no more. So I'm not excited about scarring this bed up with a whole bunch of. That's why I bought a better torch. So I have to work about a quarter. That slices right through something like butter. I don't know what they did, but they call it a turbo head, and that's not the Victor style. It's the other one. I'm brain dead. I got other things on my mind, and I don't like being censored by critics, and I don't like dark overlords, especially at YouTube. I'm sure that we could come to some sort of agreement, or at least agree to not disagree, if you know what I mean. So anyway, there's some do's and don'ts, and this bed on these trucks. I'm one of the only guys in the area that does this for people, and I think he's got some more problems from taking a closer look here. I don't like what I'm looking at, but the trouble is I can't say anything to the customer because I'm not looking at the full scope of it, and I don't like doing that. And sometimes the customer feels like you baited them or you're taking advantage of them. Somebody who's truthful, doing honest business with you, could mention, well, there could be, I think he already knows in the back of his mind there might be something else. But I'm not going to go into, oh, it's going to be this, it's going to be that, because there could be something else, and people can only afford so much. So sometimes we agree to fix the important stuff and we'll leave something go. Your truck's not going to fall apart because of one rusty spot on the frame or one hole in the frame. Okay, like I said, when I was a kid, I had a 57 Chevy pickup, an Apache pickup, and the fenders used to flap like birds' wings. You know, that thing was put together out of God's love and well wishes. And if like I said, I managed to live as long as I have, I guess, because I smartened up over the years. And now I get to be too critical. Then people accuse me of being too critical. Well, there's a right way and a wrong way to do things, and I explain that to my customers, especially about a bed. And this truck is perfectly good. I fixed the body. It was crashed over here. Not the best. I'm very disappointed in this Napa paint that they're selling. They have not hit the duck yet all year, and I don't expect them to. So I'm going to start getting my paint from another Napa because Scotty down at the Palmerton Napa, he said they don't have the people to mix paint. They don't realize there's different shades. Their camera doesn't always get it right. And a lot of times that's why I bring the VIN number, because he will call and he will run that VIN number. Okay? So matching paint, I didn't do this to do a show car job. It's a work truck for this guy, and he's worried about it going to hell in a handcart and being all smashed up. And I've got to lay the truth on him that this tailgate, although I got the tailgate off, the tailgate is twisted. And you see that? I am probably going to have to heat that up, which is going to destroy the paint there. So when I call this man, I'm going to have him come here, and we're going to talk about how far we're going to go with this. Now, maybe I can get another one. Maybe I can get these bolts out and just heat the bolts up in the back, which I think would be about the best recourse, is to just try to get another hinge, because that is, it destroys too much paint, and then you get rust. You're inviting rust. Okay, in here I can shoot, I have an undercoating, primer undercoating, not an undercoating or bed liner or any of that garbage. Okay, I have an actual rust inhibiting primer for situations like that. You see, the tailgate, we're flying over here. This puppy is a TKO. It's just a matter of money holding him back. And I thought maybe, and I still think maybe I could repair it, but the operators need to be replaced. It's not releasing, which is probably due to the crash. So that's where we're at with this. I'm getting the check battery light on my camera. All right, take a good look at that, and remember about those drain holes. Thanks for watching my video.